Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Comic Collector. Today is day 4 of Whatnot Week. We're going through a bunch of just medium rate boxes like this size, filled with comics that we got off of Whatnot. But before we get into that today, we're going to take a look at this issue of Woody Woodpecker, which my good friend Mike from Easy Comic Reader sent me. He sent me a box of comics. They're all very cool, and it wasn't. He didn't want to trade. He just sent me some as a gift, and I thank him profusely. These are wonderful. And this particular issue of Woody Woodpecker is a pretty good read. I had a lot of fun reading this one. So let me flip the camera, and we'll get started. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate that quite a bit. Need all the subscribers I can get. We're well over the 4,000 watch hours I needed to get monetized, but a long ways to go before we hit that 1,000 mark on subscribers. But anywho, we have Woody Woodpecker, and the cat ate his fish. And this was a 10-cent Dell issue from 1955. Pretty much the heyday of Dell Comics was in 1955, around that time. And there's a little schmutz right here on this page. I'm just going to scrape that very gently with a razor because there's actually clumps of something stuck on that page. Yeah, I got most of it off. Anyway, this is, like I said, Woody Woodpecker number 30, and it was a fun read. The first inside front cover is just Splinter and Knothead are selling potato peelers at the front door, and Woody buys one to help the enterprising kids who it's basically played off like he doesn't know who they are, which is weird. But and then he cuts his fingers all up, and then there's a knock at the back door, and they're selling bandages and adhesive tape. So it's just a one-page gag, but actually a funny one. And then the main story is Woody Woodpecker in the Lost Woodpecker Mine. And it opens up with Woody being a stranded umbrella salesman out in the desert. There's gusts of sudden wind, and so nobody wants an umbrella because it only rains one day a year. And because of the sudden gusts of wind, nobody wants them as a sun umbrella either. So he's stranded in this town with no money. But he meets this prospector who is looking for the old woodpecker mine, which was owned by an ancestor of Woody. And some bad guys think that they know where the mine is. So they're following Woody, who gets lost. And meanwhile, this prospector has been spending 50 years looking for this lost mine. And of course, they find it. And it turns out that there isn't really a mine. That Woody's ancestor was also an umbrella salesman who got stranded. So he made up the story about the mine and sold fake maps to everybody with part of it torn off so that they couldn't find it. And it's a funny story. I mean, you can see the art is very detailed, very cool for a funny animal story, but kind of typical for this period from Dell. So fun stuff. Really enjoyed it. The next story is more of a silly story. There's Woody's friends with a horse that wants to fly. And so Woody's trying to teach him how to fly. And don't worry, there's a happy ending. Even though they jump out of a plane, there's a happy ending. Woody Woodpecker in the next story is a postmaster. and there's this grumpy guy who's been expecting a letter for 50 years that got lost in the post office, and they find it to deliver it, but not before they realize that it has a rare stamp on it that's worth $2,500. So Woody does his duty and delivers the mail, but then tries various schemes and tricks to get a hold of the envelope so that he can have the stamp. And without telling the guy what it's worth. But meanwhile, not the niece and nephew, what is it, Knothead and Splinter, actually tell the guy, and so Woody kind of is on the losing end, but that's good because he was basically trying to cheat the guy anyway. So, and then in the last full story, he's a dog catcher who is afraid of animals. And then there's a 1-page gag with Knothead and Splinter, or 2 pages, I guess. And then there's in the inside back cover, there's this Woody's throwing a boomerang, but he hides behind a tree so it will miss him when it comes back. But then he gets hit on the head with a coconut, which is probably more in style of the actual Woody Woodpecker cartoons. And then there's a 1-page gag on the back as well. So no real advertisements on this one other than a little house ad for Oswald and Andy Panda. And it was a good issue. The story about the lost mine is the best, definitely the best of the issue. That's what made the story for me. But I was talking yesterday about how Bullwinkle and Rocky, how that comic really matched the cartoon well, and a lot of the comics that are based on cartoons don't really match the cartoons. Donald Duck is nothing like he is in the comics. He's not too much like he is in the cartoons. Same with Mickey Mouse. Same with any of those characters. And Woody Woodpecker is a prime example of that because he's just a crazy guy in the cartoons on the order of like Daffy Duck or early Bugs Bunny. But in the comics, he's just a straightforward, average day guy, that's having adventures and doing his best to get along, pretty much, which is a characterization of a lot of those characters in the comics. So anyway, yeah, it's a good issue. It was fun to read. Thank you very much, Mike, once again for all these that you sent. Fantastic stuff. And I really appreciate that. So anyway, let's get into the Whatnot box. Hopefully it's better than yesterday's, because yesterday was kind of a bummer. A lot of independent stuff, but I didn't pay very much for that box either. This one again is from Gotham Thrift. I bought this way back in March. And what is it? You're watching this in June. I'm recording it in May. You're watching it in June. Wow. Let's see, $17 for the box with shipping and handling. It was $27.26. 70 comics in the box. They came out to 39 cents a piece. So what did we got? Starting out with some DC. Catwoman Year 2. Cool cover. Let me get these over here and we'll take a look. All right, Catwoman Year 2, Part 2 of 3. This is Catwoman number 39 from 1996. Like a lot of these, it's got some wear and tear on these covers. Just the spine is pretty worn. And then over here there's a wear too. So cool cover though. Very, very nicely put together. Oh, the Joker is in there. Two-Face is in there. Penguin is in there. Nice. Too bad it's not in a little bit better shape. Robin, number 99, with the spoiler. Birds of Prey, number 40. Again, this one, you can see the yellow on the, all around it actually, but mostly on the spine and on the bottom. Detective Comics, number 767. And again, you know, just kind of rough shape overall. For being a newer comic from 2002, especially this one is, yeah, there's some spide ticks, there's some wear. So not the greatest of stuff that we're used to seeing in these this week, unfortunately. And here we have one that's just fallen apart. Incredible Hulk, number 446. So it is complete. It's just, oh, it's got a card on there. Iron Man from the Onslaught series, I guess. See if there's a second one. This is for the Overpower card game, but this is just a regular card, I think. Onslaught. Marvel Ultra Onslaught series. I think it's got a oh, it's a promo card. It's not an actual card from the series. It's a promo number 2 is the actual card number. So maybe you'd want it for the card. I wasn't going to put this one in there, but maybe somebody would want it for the card. I don't know. It's in rough shape, but yeah, that'll just more than likely just end up in my collection. Tomb Raider number 4. Again, cover is just not in the best of shape. Man, I hope there's some good stuff in here. Hope it's not all beat up. There's Batman number 571. That one's, yeah, that one's got wear too, man. Batman Shadow of the Bat 89. Legends of the Dark Knight number 90. That one's pretty good, but I do see a little wear. Witchblade number 10. Robin number 37. Some spine ticks on there. Invincible Iron Man number 2 from the yeah, when the Image guys were doing it. Robin number 35, and these all have some varying degrees of wear, but nothing is what I would consider, you know, really nice shape yet. So just so you know. Lady Supreme number 2 from Image. Oh, here's a couple in a bag. Maybe we'll have better luck with these. This is Legends of the Dark Knight number 91, and yeah, it's still worn. So we're just gonna leave it out of the bag. Here is number 19. Seen that one before. That one's got a little wear as well. Wolverine 157. Legends of the Dark Knight 17. Cool cover. What's this? This is Stranger Things card advertising the Netflix series. I have no idea why that's in there. not even comic book related. Here's Wonder Woman Conan, number 2 of 6. Hadn't heard of this story. Shark cover. And looks to be in pretty decent shape, actually. This one is the first one that doesn't have any immediately noticeable wear marks. This one looks to be in pretty decent shape. So finally, something that's worthwhile. I'm going to actually put that one in a bag and board, actually, because it is in really nice shape. And here is another Conan. This was Conan the Slayer, number 11 from Dark Horse. It's got one tiny spine tick, a little wear up here. Unfortunately. Conan the Adventurer, number 5 from Marvel. Definitely see discoloration down here with a corner bend. Here is number 2. Same thing. You can see discolor. Either dust burn or whatever it is, laid out in the sun in a pile or something. Here's number 11. This one doesn't look too bad. Got a little bit of wear. Fortunately, when they put them in a box like this and don't protect them, a lot of the times this is what they end up looking like. Conan, and I'm not talking about the seller, I'm just talking about storage overall over time. Conan number 2 from Dark Horse. Got a little corner blunting on the corners, but not terribly worn. Spine, maybe some spine wear, but not really any spine ticks. Well, yeah, there's spine ticks there too. A couple of them, they match in with this Starfield, so you don't see them really too closely. Here we have something that looks like it might be worth looking at. Micronauts in a bag taped together with extremely strong tape. I've got Micronauts number 36, the original series. It's got some wear on it, but you expect that from these. This is from 1981. Got the Bill Mantlo writing. Keith Giffen was the penciler with Danny Bulandi as the inker. So this is back when Keith Giffen knew how to draw before he lost his mind and started drawing in his crazy style that he does. A ad for CBS Saturday Morning. Quickie Koala Show. That's not too bad. Batman Gotham Knights, number 26. Again, got some spine wear on this one. And looks like something got spilled over here in this one. So, yeah, there's some staining up here on the DC Bullet. So, man, I didn't do too well on this box either, unfortunately. Quite a bit of wear on these. Detective number 769. G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, number 5 from Image. That sounds not terrible, but it does, you can see some whiteness on the spine itself, just where it's rubbed against the box or something. The Path prequel from Cross Gen Comics. This one's got some wear too. Nice thick issue though. Another G.I. Joe. This one's number 12. And this one's in better shape. Not too bad. Ultimate War #1 from Marvel. Pretty clean copy. There might be a little something here, but that also may be artwork. I can't tell because there's, this here is art, and you got this part coming off, and you got stuff coming off the shield. So I think that might be art. I'm not sure. But I think it is. Captain America #7 from '97. Jim Lee cover. The Avengers #3 from '97. Rob Liefeld. But that's not a Rob Liefeld cover. The Avengers #8. Jim Lee cover. G.I. Joe Real American Hero #1 Frontline. So this is probably first issue of Frontline. Yep, G.I. Joe Frontline issue #1. Looking for a year. 2002 this is from. Carnage, It's a Wonderful Life #1, but the cover's coming off. It's beat. That's too bad. So that'll end up in my my collection as well. I'm going to have the world's biggest collection of beat up comics. Curse of the Spawn #6. Definitely got some spine ticks on there. There's a major one right there. Green Lantern #79. Sonar turns up the volume. Here's a JLA #90. Not too bad. Yeah, there's just the beginning of a spine tick right there, and then the cover is worn. This is a thicker issue, so it's yeah, kind of expect that on the thicker issues. Somewhat, not so much on all the others, but they all have it in this box. Marvel Knights Captain America #21. Superman Batman #3. This one looks to be in decent shape too. Nothing too terribly wrong with this one. This will, maybe we'll start getting some stuff that I would have actually bought in here. Thundercats Dogs of War #3 from Image. No, from Wildstorm. And here's a Marvel Previews #1 from 2003. Got an NYX preview. See what the back cover looks like. Mystique. But that's just the normal, previews issue. So if I don't have this one, it will go in my collection. If I do have it, it will end up going to Mike so he can do things with it. Thundercats #1 of 5 from Wildstorm. This is Hammerhand's Revenge. This is Dogs of War. Are those, sounds like different series. This is I hate it when they hide the information. There it is. Thundercats Dogs of War #3 from 2003. This is Thundercats Hammerhand's Revenge #1, also from 2003. So just different miniseries, I guess. Here's JLA 81. Definitely some wear on there, on the whiteness. But at least it's not turning yellow like some of them. JLA Scary Monsters, #6 of 6. Yeah, that's a scary looking Wonder Woman right there. Unfortunately, it looks like the top corner here has been blunted and banged around a bit. Chris Claremont doing the JLA. Huh. Wonder what that's like. And here we have a Wolverine. This was badly stained. Got stains here, 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 here. All over the place, really. Looks like a lot of these are gonna end up being keepers for me. Daredevil 360. This one's gruff. Got a tear up here and some waviness to it. Here's an Avengers 401. It's also falling apart. So it's just very, very disappointed in the in this particular box. But you know, like I said, I only paid whatever it was for this box, 39 cents. So I mean, definitely, yeah, they're worth reading for 39 cents. Detective Comics 784. You know, but of course, I wanted to get good enough stuff where you guys would want some of it, not just keep all of it. So, unfortunately, Fantastic Four #32. That one's written by Chris Claremont as well. That one's not too bad. X-Force and Cable 96. The giant size. Prophet #5 from Image. Captain America 427. This one's falling apart, just like some of the other ones. Got ripped, detached cover. What's this? Somebody's transaction receipt from their bank statement. Some kind of cardboard in this one. Let me see what's going on here. They got Marvel Master Prints of Venom and Associates. Here's another Captain America. This is #10. Mark Waid and Andy Kubert, I believe. Not too bad, just some general wear. Nightwing #7. This one looks pretty good. It's got some spine ticks. Never mind. Jeez. Somebody did not take care of this at all. G.I. Joe #11. Batman, Death of Innocence, The Horror of Landmines. By Denny O'Neil and Joe Staten. It's from 1996. I've never heard of this. I don't quite know what it is. It's just a one-shot. Looks like basically some kind of personal statement against landmines, which of course would be terrible. G.I. Joe number 2 from Image. This is the Frontline series again. So G.I. Joe Frontline number 2. Thundercats number 4 from Wildstorm. No other title on this one other than Thundercats. And not as bad as some of them, but there is some spine wear and a little wear at the top where it's been rubbed. And there's the rub. A Star Trek Voyager Elite Force from Wildstorm. This is a prestige format book. So basically what some people are calling a trade paperback. First printing 2000. And this one at least is in fairly decent shape. It does have some corner rub up there. And a few more. We're almost to the end of the box. These must have been the boxes I got when I first started, where I was just like, oh, cheap comics, and didn't much care what was in them. G.I. Joe Frontline number 12. G.I. Joe Frontline 11. Superman number 194. Thundercats Dogs of War number 5. Prophet number 4. Ballistic Studios Swimsuit Special number 1 from Image. Alrighty. Nightwing 84. Detective Comics 705. That's neat, the way they did the cover with the puzzle pieces. Interesting. And here's another prestige format book, World's Finest 3 with Superboy and Robin. This is book 1 of 2. And little wear. You can see white spots in here that should not be there. So definitely some wear, but a decent read, I'm sure. And it's like Poison Ivy's in there. And that's it. That's the end of that box. So, I mean, there's some good stuff in here. I'll be happy to add to my collection, the Detective Comics and some other stuff. Thundercats are interesting if nobody else wants them, but definitely the books in these boxes are worn compared to what I've been used to seeing. So maybe we'll have better luck tomorrow. Hope you'll join me then. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you soon.